Hey everyone, Colton Carnival here with FastGraphs. We just released version 5.3 of FastGraphs, and the major feature of this is a new version of FunGraphs. It is a complete overhaul of FunGraphs that really lets you plot many different things and gives you a bit more insights into the data that you're looking at. So here's the new FunGraphs, and down here, the chart is roughly the same. We can see it's just plotting data. But below the chart, we have a new legend that gives you the compound annual growth rate of the data that you're looking at, total change, the average value, the median value, low, high, and latest values. So you can see all of that down here. You also get some quick controls for the line specifically or the data specifically, where you can switch between a line chart and a bar chart. You can move between the left and right axis. You can also hide it or delete it at any point in time. You'll notice that you also have this add metrics button. So clicking this will allow you to add any metric that you want from the income statement, cash flow statement, or balance sheet on the gross per share values or even ratios we have in here. So three different tabs of data for you to explore. So if I do sales revenue gross, that's in millions, or I can look at it as a per share value. And then down here, we also have the data all in a data table for you to take a look at. For example, if I wanted to look at the reason why we're giving you gross and per share values is I could look at sales revenue gross and I could look at sales revenue per share. So then I need to move this to the other axis so then I can see both of these values on the same chart because $30 is obviously not going to scale well with $400 billion. So then this gives me a good view of how sales is growing. I can see that sales revenue gross has grown at 21.26%. While the per share has grown at 23%. Now that's relatively in line. That means there's a little bit of share buybacks that were happening at this time, but I would say not a ton of manipulation done by Apple. Their actual sales grew at a good rate. So that's a really simple, quick way that I can use the new FunGraphs to look at that data. Now I can save this chart. That'll prompt me to create a new chart name here. So we're going to do sales versus sales per share, and I can write a description, something like, let me see whether or not there is manipulation. There we go. And now this chart's forever saved. Once again, I can always create a new chart here. I also have save chart, save as new. So then if I wanted to edit the metrics, I can do that here or down here. I'm just adding a random thing, income taxes. I can then save as new instead of overriding this save. So then if I do save as new chart, now I can actually save it as a different chart. Now to access the charts that I already have, notice that there's this button here and here's a custom chart. So here's this sales versus sales per share with this description. And I can do another thing that lets me pin this to this toolbar. So now I have a pinned chart to this toolbar, and these are the charts that I really like. And now every single company that I go to, if I switch to Amgen, for example, now I have this chart, and then I've also pinned other charts and can quickly select these instead of having to go here and select charts from here. And then as you'll finally see, we have some preset charts for you guys with some descriptions. So I've got margin, sales and net income growth, so on. You can go through this list. All of these have descriptions with them. And I can pin this or unpin it from my toolbar. So now I just pin net income versus operating cash flow, and that lets me see these relations here. And I can also unpin from here. So if this is a chart that I don't want to see anymore, I can just unpin it from there. Or I just switch charts over here. I can also choose to unpin it from here. So notice that there's an icon here, right? This is a preset chart. This is not a preset chart. This is a chart that I just created. These are the charts that the FastGraphs team have created for you guys. If I wanted to use one of the charts that the FastGraphs team already created, maybe I really like this short-term liquidity ratios chart, but I wanted to add on long-term debt to equity. Maybe that's what I wanted to add on, and I'll move this over so I can see it. Well, I can now save as a new chart and then build off of these already preset charts that the team has created for you guys. So really hope you guys really enjoy the new FunGraphs. We are looking forward to the feedback that you guys have. And we also have some new ideas coming soon for FunGraphs that'll enhance them even more, like being able to write your own custom formulas. But that's more to come in the future. Yeah, looking forward to hearing the feedback from everybody.